Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is in fact Friday. Do you hear like a high-pitched sound in the background? What is that? I hear some sort of perhaps feedback effect of some sort. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you don't hear it. It's going to bother me though. But whatever, it's fine. Anyway. It is Friday. Welcome Stream Elements. Welcome Props Not Jack. Welcome Wall Starer. You hear it? Wait, what the frick happened? You hear it? Is it really annoying? It's kind of annoying, honestly. What is that? It's like a rat? No. It's like... I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. Is it annoying? It feels... Well, okay, it seems like it's gone now. No? It's still... I don't know. Anyway, welcome Brooke, welcome Potato, welcome Porkfu, and JD. It's an occasional squeak. It sounds different to me. He's gone now? It's weird. Very strange. Very strange situation we have here. But I don't know, whatever. As long as it's not so annoying. See, after many months, I finally hung up some art in my home, but I think my bank is sore from it. What is the art? Is it framed? You purchased some framed print of some sort? This is today's image. It is a creature of some kind. Perhaps a giraffe, perhaps a dog, perhaps a very long dog. We just don't know. No one really knows. But what is this? It is in fact the national park of this thing in Namibia. That's right. There they are. It looks quite nice. It is very nice looking. Now I thought that I had fixed the issue where my computer restarts every time I turn it on and then it stops restarting later. Because I had not noticed it restart for the past like 3 times I streamed or turned on my computer. But it had restarted today, so it turns out that the issue has not been fixed. Because I was like, okay, there were 2 things that I thought it could possibly be. The first thing maybe is that there's dust in my computer. But then I cleaned my computer, I think last weekend. And there was not that much dust in it. And then the other thing, I'd reinstalled NVIDIA drivers thinking, you know, maybe NVIDIA has some issue. And that seemed to have fixed it, at least from what I assumed. But I don't think it was actually fixed. So I don't actually know this issue will continue to happen. Have I checked Event Viewer? Yes. That is what made me think that I should have updated the drivers. It just said like, there were a few things. I'm seeing different things. There's like unknown event something, and then people were like, oh yeah, you could just reinstall the drivers. You can disable the audio drivers, and I was like, I could try doing that. But then I think I need the audio drivers because like I'm using the HDMI output to go to my Mac. And if I disable those audio drivers, then I can't listen to audio. Unless I like plugged in something else, I don't know. See on the pocket. Oh, I can't read. On the alpaca's back. Okay. Who even said it was an alpaca? Is this? Do any alpacas really look like this? TBH. Maybe. I could do that. But whatever. It's probably not an issue. We're gonna listen to the Picross soundtrack again because I thought that was kind of nice. Starting with Picross S3, of course. Okay. Now you might be like, Wolfie, what's new? What have you changed since last time? It's actually quite a few things have changed. Check this out. Is this the one with the plastic glove? No, that's Picross S5. Alright, you're like, whoa, what the frick? There's a background? You got a pattern in the background? That's crazy. Oh my god. That's crazy. There's a pattern. But that's not all. Check this out. Oh my god, there's things that tell you what buttons do what. I don't actually explain what this square icon is, and people might be like, what is that? What the heck is that? And I don't explain it at all. Welcome, Namington. You got a pattern in the background? Exactly. And look, it's not even just the pattern. Note that the window is scrolled. That's right. This thing used to be at the top. You would just have a big amount of empty space at the bottom for small puzzles. But now it's scrolled. It's scrolled and now it's in the middle. And there's not wasted space. I mean, there is wasted space. But it's fine. This stuff, you can't hear the BGM because I'm playing it through some weird setup. But it's there. And then also, this is new. Instead of just going back to the start menu when you quit, look at that confirmation, so you don't accidentally just close your quit, save all your progress, and not even save. I don't even know how to talk. It doesn't just go back. You have to specifically say that you want to give up. So now you can't be possibly failing. Okay, and then okay, so that was 5 by 5, but what about 10 by 10? That's right, it's also centered. Whoa! It's also centered. It's not at the top left anymore. We don't have like all this empty space on the bottom. So that's cool. And it was actually more complicated than I would have liked. But I was able to get it to work. Check it out. We got the tile viewer. We got the tile map viewer. See, this is why it's confusing. Is because it's not just this. You have to... I'm still rendering them to the same positions, but then the Game Boy has a thing called like a background scroll that you can use. And this thing will scroll to the left. And then you gotta like draw tiles on the far side. And these things are not in view, so we don't need to update those. But the top, bottom, left, right corners are nicely aligned with the background diagonal lines. Yes, it is quite nice. I'm kind of like, it might be kind of distracting. I feel like there might be too many dots. But the issue is like if I don't have the dots, if I have fewer dots, like in this background there's not as many dots. But then the issue is like for larger puzzles, if I didn't have as many dots, it would look a bit strange. Because there would only be like 1 dot per whatever, per tile visible. And it will look a bit strange at the top and bottom. Now you might be like, but Wolfie, what if you just had different numbers of dots for different size puzzle? That's too complicated. I could do that, but it requires changing a bunch of stuff. Having the gray-white dots avoids the illusion where you imagine flashing dots. Possibly true. Now there's also a lot of other minor optimizations that I made. And by minor, I mean pretty major optimizations. It looks exactly the same, but I changed a lot of stuff. Welcome, Hamflow. So one thing I learned when I was learning Game Boy Assembly, which I don't have Game Boy Assembly in this program, but I learned that there's no multiplication or division except by powers of 2. And so it's rendering the time is actually very costly. I was storing the number of seconds, and then I would be like, okay, every time the second increments, do like modulo 60 to find the number of seconds, and then do divided by 60 to find the number of minutes. That was bad. You don't do that. And so what you use instead is binary coded decimals. That's right, it's actually a way. There's built-in instructions on the Game Boy to handle binary coded decimals. I'm not using those, but it does exist. And the way that it works, rather than storing like 1, 2, 3, like if you have an integer 1, 2, 3, right? You would store it as, you know, I don't actually know what the value is. Some sort of value, okay? But then with binary coded decimal, you're storing, let's just say you have like a value like 12, right? I don't know what that is. 12. You would store it as like, it was 12 in binary. I don't even know. Some number 12. So it would be, it's got a 2. So, okay, 1 1 right? You would store like this. But then, you know, to convert this into a value, you gotta do like, you know, this thing, divide it by 10 to get the 10th digit, and then like mod 10 to get the 1's digit. And what binary coded decimal is instead of storing it as 12, you actually store it as 0x12, where each one of these it can be represented as these 4 digits, these 4 binary things right there. This thing is the 1, so it'd be like this, and then you would have this one would just be the 2, right? So then to get the value out of it, it would just be, you would just take these bits, and then this will give you this value, and then you take these bits and it gives you this value, and that makes it a lot easier to just display numbers. So I refactored everything to use that instead. So you're, instead of storing 12, you're storing this value. I also updated the save data so that if you solve it, it'll use that value. So yeah, because we don't really need to use the actual number of seconds anywhere. The only time that I do really use it is when like once you're done solving a puzzle, if you solve a puzzle faster than the previous time, we save that value. Otherwise, we don't save it. But this one, you don't really need the exact value, because like even with this, let's say we solved the puzzle in like 10 seconds, right? It'd be this. And then the previous time was 12 seconds. You could just, you know, you can compare the 8-bit value, and then it's guaranteed to already be less than. Anyway, done a bunch of things for that. You're storing the value of each digit in a section. Yeah, the nibble, as they call it. As you all know, a byte is 8 bits and a nibble is 4, so it's like half of it. So the upper nibble is the 10's digit. The lower one is the 2's digit. So I did a bunch of stuff. If you look at puzzle.c, this thing, you call it a bit field? No, because a bit field, I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's not real. Like a bit field, each one of the bits would mean something, I guess. This one, it's really like these 4 together mean something. Anyway, the Game Boy does have instructions to handle binary coded decimal, but I didn't use those. Why does it work better to write 0B1110 instead of writing 12? Now this is just the way it's represented. 12, when you write the code, it's 12, but then in memory it's represented as these bits. I was just demonstrating how it's stored. But you would only use this if you're like writing a constant or whatever. Also, welcome Xtag, welcome Nanolather, thank you, 14 months. But they're the same, just different representation. But then I implemented like custom logic to increment the timer, which is kind of annoying, but I did it. BCD is binary coded decimal, and so to get the 1's digit, you would simply take 0x0f, which would basically be this, right? You take a mask of these values and get the value. Various things, but I'm manually implementing addition of digits. So you'll note that nothing prevents this from storing a value larger than 9, right? Because the thing with these digits, you could have 9. It doesn't make sense for this to be an A, right? I mean, I guess it would kind of make sense, but you really want, like, when this goes from 9, you want this to turn back to 0 and this turn to 2, right? But there's really nothing here preventing this from going above 9. And so you have to implement custom logic. We have the seconds are implemented. We got this stuff. Welcome Zoli. You waste bits in exchange of not needed to do multiplication or division. Exactly. It's the storage mechanism. Perfect for displaying values. binary values. But we also, okay, what else did I change? It used to be that I would show these timers as part of the tile set. I've changed them to sprites instead because I noticed that's a lot faster. Because if I had them as whatever and then I have to read them back from VRAM, it was kind of slow. It was actually really slow. If I ran this, there's actually a built-in debugger where as the game runs, you can see how much CPU is being used. Whoops. And then I noticed that every second it would spike up. It would spike up because I was like replacing the integer, the background. But these are sprites now, so it's good. And now look, the CPU usage is pretty low. When I put down a tile, it spikes up a bit because we're like reading from VRAM and writing back. But that's fine. Right, that doesn't happen so often. It's never consistently 100. When you'll enter high, does the giant smiley face waving appear in your head? It does not, but I know which one you're talking about. I understand. See, but it spikes up when you change scenes because it has to load everything. It has to load everything into VRAM. I was writing a timer app in Auto Hotkey a while ago. Had a hard time figuring out how to change it from 200 seconds to 320. Yeah, you just gotta divide by well, if you have 200, right? If you divide by 60, it would give you, and then you round it down. This is integer division, right? You divide it, it would give you like 3, right? And then if you did modulo 60, it would give you 20, right? So you just take these, you put them together. There's things. What else have I changed? I feel like I changed a lot of stuff. Timer integer, I hardly even know. Oh, I also use a lookup table because I realized that integer multiplication was slow. And so rather than multiplying by 6, I just pre-calculated various values. So this is used specifically to determine the position of this sprite based on where you are in the grid. So it's like this is position 0, 0, this is position 5, 5. Issue is that each of these cells is 6 pixels wide, and that doesn't work so well with multiplication because it's not 8. And so I just pre-calculated every position. So this would be 0, this would be 0 times 6, this would be, sorry, 1 times 6, 2 times 6. You can't just pre-calculate, you can, and I did it, and it probably makes some difference. What else did I do? Oh, I now wait for 3 seconds before showing the button. It used to be that as soon as you solve the puzzle, the A button would just immediately show up. But now, it waits. I think, because like, what if you had numbers here and you're like, oh, I want to take a screenshot, right? The numbers would have been blocked, but now it gives you time. You can still press A early on if you want. What if you subtracted 60 until 200 becomes -3 and then add? Yeah, you can do that. That's probably what the Game Boy does when you do multiplication or division. Not the Game Boy. The Game Boy doesn't do it. The C program that does the multiplication probably does it. Called the Brains app. And then what? Adjust the A button. Pause menu. Oh, this one was kind of annoying actually. So like I have this pause menu always show up in the middle, right? And the way that this is done is where is it? Is that I actually swap out the tiles from here, but then once I implemented the thing where the smaller puzzle sizes have different centerings, it was not centered anymore. So I had to like manually calculate every time based on puzzle size where the actual middle is. So that's something. As you'll notice if you look at the tile map viewer here, it's actually like over here now instead of like down here. another small thing. Dotted background pattern, info pattern, welcome Panis. Yeah, this thing is new. I like the aesthetic that I added. Very nice paper aesthetic. We have like a thing taped on top as if, like, you know, it makes sense in the context of sketchbook. Because this is a sketchbook. Welcome to Illustrate Smile. This is like a taped on thing. That's cool. Confirmation, large sprites, A button indicator. What else do I have? A bunch of things. Various things have been added. A button. I had a wheel fall off my car earlier today, which was a whole adventure, but it's fine now. Man, I hope that wheel is doing well. Was it while you were driving? Wait a second. I assumed it wasn't when you were driving, but I think it probably would have. I don't know. Did it happen when you were driving? I hope it's fine. It was. That's actually so scary. That is frightening. But it would not happen to me because I don't drive. But surely you're okay because you're here now. Was it rush hour traffic, perhaps? Who even knows? Able to put it back on without calling a tow truck? Well, I hope it's on there safely, because I hope it's like connected securely. Should probably get that checked out. What if it happens because you put it on incorrectly? Have you ever driven IRL? Nope, I do not drive. I have no desire to drive. As someone who lives in New York City, there's no reason to drive. You can just take the subway or the bus. You drove very slow. Okay, that makes sense. That's good. That's good. Yeah. NYC Transit, it is pretty good. Have I ever driven the bus? Nope, I have never driven a bus. And I most likely never will. I yearn for public transport, but Minnesota isn't too impressive with that. Maybe someday. If one is visiting New York City, how does one use the subway? Do I need to buy a transit card? You could, or if you have like a cell phone that has the NFC payments or whatever with your credit card, you can just use that. I use that. I use my Apple Watch. I just like put the watch on the thing and then it beeps and then lets me through. Kind of nice. Anyway, bunch of things. Anyway, let's open up, forgot. Let's open up all together. Peak, people playing Peak right now. We're having a Peak community night on Saturday, if anyone wants to join. It is on the Discord as an event. I'll be there. It'll be at the usual time that I stream. You can have up to 20 people. Alright. Alfie. Want to join, but I won't be there at the start. Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna go on for like the time that I normally stream on Saturdays, so like if you can join late, that's fine. It's gonna go on for like probably 5 hours. Maybe a bit less, I don't know. Is there a horn in the background? There's not. There's not a horn in the background. Okay, this is the On Together lobby. Has On Together implemented any of your suggestions? I don't think so. I don't think they have. But I think the full game is coming out at some point. Soon. The first house I was looking at was full of mold and foundation issues. Possibly asbestos. What the frick? Is that even allowed? Welcome, Old Man Diabetes. Is that even permitted? Why is Wolfie riding the cat? That's no, that's just how it is. I'm standing on it. It's different, okay? It's totally different. Alright, move this over here. Move this down here. Houses before 1980s are usually chock full of lead and asbestos. That's crazy. Wait, 1980s? I would have assumed they got rid of that, like, much longer ago. Wait, how long ago was asbestos, like, banned? My house is full of lead and asbestos? I actually don't know. Maybe mine is as well. Thought that was, like, 70s? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they were like, oh, there's, like, a deadline. It's fine. Maybe. I don't know. What else did I add? Lookup table, wait 3 seconds, adjust the A button, pause menu centered, horizontal scroll, small backgrounds, dotted background, pause menu. Mine is from the 70s, there's 7 layers of paint on the walls, at least some of them are lead. Does anyone have popcorn ceiling? That's a thing that exists. I don't know why they had that. It's like this kind of stuff. I think I have it. I don't know if mine is exactly popcorn ceiling, but it does look like this. Isn't popcorn ceiling just a bad paint job? No, I think there was like a reason for it. I think. First house I was looking at had popcorn ceiling. Stipple ceiling. Acoustic ceiling? Gives the ceiling sound deadening properties. It was standard, but is no longer popular. Sometimes due to particles of asbestos. I sure hope mine is not that. Whatever, it's probably fine. But that's cool. That's pretty neat. And by neat, I mean not good, probably. Or maybe it is good. Maybe we just don't know. Maybe it is good. Me when the ceiling. Me when I sealed it away. Anyway, I guess we do some more. We're doing A-Sprite. We're open up A-Sprite. Puzzle. Some more puzzle making. Alright, so last time I streamed this, I added various things. We added a present, a cactus, a drum. What else did I have? Gritty Goose, we added Gritty Goose. The present is Wolfie's presents. It's literally the present right there. I think I'm gonna have 150 puzzles in the game. Did I add Rick yet? No, I could add a hamster. Maybe. Possible. May I see Gritty Goose? Yes. Gritty Goose is this one. There it is. It's not doing the iconic like gritty motion like this, but you can tell it's part of the animation. The gritty goose. Secret unlockable 151st puzzle? Hamflo? No, Hamflo is already in here. That's him. That's puzzle number 39. Hatsune Miku? What the frick is that? Gritty Goose? M-Burb Gritty? But it's like an inverted Gritty Goose? What the heck? Is that allowed? Yeah, I'm gonna have 150 because that's actually how many puzzles Picross S has in general. That's right. And it divides well into 15, which is how many things are on a page. So that would be nice to have. But yeah, you'll notice that I've reset everything because I've changed the way that time is stored now. The timer has binary coded decimal minutes and seconds. And you can also treat it as a raw uint 16t if you just want to check whether it's 0 or not. I've added this as an option. And that's there. I've never used union structs before until now. Actually, there are 151 original Pokemon. That is true. Using a whole byte for a single BCD digit. No, this is 2 digits. 1 byte stores 2 digits. Welcome, Illarezi. Thank you, thank you. So it only takes, 2 bytes to store the entire minute and second. So if I solve a puzzle right now... Okay, this is the song that sounds like City Pop. But the next song is going to be exactly Plastic Love. 87 Gritty Goose solved in 3 seconds? That's crazy. How did he do that? How did he solve Gritty Goose in 3 seconds? That's actually not even possible to do. Am I gonna release this on the eShop? No. It's just gonna be on itch.io. I'll release the Game Boy ROM. I'm also gonna you can embed Game Boy games on itch, I think. I'll do that as well. But yeah, I've also commissioned music, so I don't know when that's gonna be done. Probably by, well, I commissioned 1 song, and I was like, make a song similar to Picross S3, BGM 3. And he was like, oh, that sounds like a nice song. Are you gonna do a limited edition physical release? I don't think so. I mean, there are services. I don't know exactly what people tend to use to release physical ones. If there is demand, I guess I could. But I would need to make box art. I need to make stuff. I still need to add a credit screen. I think I found a service that did something like that. I forgot the name. I probably should have bookmarked it. Game Boy, what's it called? Let me try to find the website. If I go on this one, I think the person that I commissioned had some examples of games he's worked on for music, and then they had released something physically. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see what it's called. There's a few services that do this. What's it called? Broke Studio? Is it Broke Studio? What is this? DMG Studio? Is it DMG Studio? Broke Studio. Okay, let me check. Homebrew Factory. We sell homebrew games. You can buy real Game Boy games. It's kind of expensive actually. For only €9. Holy frick. All systems. Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Okay, now this is the song that sounds like Plastic Love at some point. €45. I mean, there's probably other stuff. You could buy your own cartridges and flash them yourself, but I really don't want to do that. It's an option. Still have to consider whether I want to do it. But at some point I will have to finish the game. I've just been adding levels. When can I buy Picross on a cartridge? You can already buy Picross picross. It's literally already available. Not my game, but the real picross. Plastic love. Okay, what puzzles do I add today? Let me check. Check my list of ideas. Microphone. A flower. A fish. I've not added a fish. A standalone fish has not been added yet. I could also have this be negative space. So I think a lot of times picross puzzles work well when you use the negative space instead of the positive space. Sometimes to be negative is required so that the positives are better. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what I'm saying. What am I even talking about, guys? But sometimes it makes it too easy. You gotta have like patterns in the middle. Right, this totally looks like a fish, right? That right there is a fish. Negative space. This guy is always just so negative. Welcome to Yuko. Alright. How do fish work? Guys, what even is a fish? If you really think about it, this is a pretty good fish. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. And then you could have like patterns like this, maybe, perhaps something like this. Remember when you talked about the fish that did or didn't give away scales? Yes, that was literally the last stream, I think. The previous stream. Whoops. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Is this a good puzzle? If it was like this. What if the fish was simply like this? Do I have a bagel? I've never seen bagel spelled like that. No, but I could. I could add a bagel. A bagel, perhaps. Sometimes I use my Linux laptop, forget to use control instead of command. See, that's my issue. Is that when I'm using my Mac, I use command. Remember when you talked about the fish that did or didn't give away scales? Yes, that was also the previous stream. I think I ruined this fish. It doesn't look as good anymore. A beagle, actually Franker Z, what if I said Franker Zed? Franker Zed is a Jack Russell Terrier and peaked at 2 or 3 stripes. But like you kind of need, I don't know, it kind of feels like, what is this? Zebrafish? No, angelfish. I guess they do have 2 or 3 stripes. No, you're right. They do have 2 to 3 stripes. Maybe 2. Maybe 2 is good. He looks beagly. I don't know. I don't even know dogs. Anyone know dogs? Is anyone familiar with the concept of dogs? I've seen dogs before. Apparently neither do I. This guy doesn't even know dogs. Choco Jadongs. Choco J Dog. Doggy Dog World. This fish looks kind of messed up actually. I don't know. There's something about it. Welcome Deffins. Howdy was Thanksgiving. I mean, how was Thanksgiving? I didn't do anything on Thanksgiving. Really just did not do anything. It was kind of messed up because like a lot of people that I follow were not streaming yesterday. It was like the emptiest I'd seen my following list on Twitch in a long time. Like normally when I go on Twitch, you know, after like 8 p.m, I see at least like 20-30 people streaming. And yesterday there were like 7, which is like kind of high still, but much lower than usual. I wanted to do stuff on Thanksgiving, but I got uber sick. A friend is in town, had to cancel all plans. No! Well, hopefully you are not sick soon. I had a few people who streamed in the evening, but during the day it was nobody. Yeah, I watched Karagi stream yesterday, but I think everyone that I usually watch was not streaming. I ate too much, had pot roast, ham, perch, cod, potato, corn, that's a lot of stuff. Pumpkin pie. It sounds like delicious, a delicious meal. Karagi streamed, yep, she sure does. And they actually got a hype train yesterday and she got Gritty Goose. I was there, I already had Gritty Goose, so I didn't really need it, but it was cool. Okay, what if the fish had eyes like this? Would it look better if the eyes were like this? Or maybe it's the opposite. Nah, whatever. Thoughts on pumpkin pie with vanilla ice cream? I've never had it actually. Looks better with the bigger eye? Okay. Peach cobbler? I don't think I've had peach cobbler either. A lot of things I just have not had. Oh, I think this is good. Ice cream makes many desserts better, including pumpkin pie. I have actually not had pumpkin pie, like, in a very long time. I feel like the last time might even have been, like, when I was in, like, elementary school. Maybe, I don't know. It's been a while. Pumpkin pie with vanilla sounds pretty good. Any ice cream would go with pumpkin pie. Maybe. Pumpkin pie is the default pie. It is good. I feel like it doesn't really exist outside of like Thanksgiving though. It's like a very autumn thing. But like, is there anything preventing it from being served year round? Or just like people they just don't do it? I don't know. Why is it? I guess that's when like the pumpkin harvest is, which maybe, I guess makes sense. Bought a huge pumpkin pie from Costco for $6 because I had none yesterday. That sounds good. Pumpkins are seasonal. You're telling me pumpkins are not available year-round? I would have thought that they were. Canned means year-round. It's made from canned pumpkin. Exactly. No, but don't they have pumpkins year-round though? Is it really only like an autumn thing? They cater lunch at work. Had a bunch of Costco pies. I had 2 slices of sweet potato pie. That sounds good. Is anyone here a fan of sweet potato? I feel like I'm not really. Sweet potato is like... I don't know. If you gave me the choice between sweet potato fries... Okay, this is about fries, but like also in general. Sweet potato fries versus regular potato fries, I would always go for the regular. Same thing for like general sweet potato stuff. I just like, I don't know, I'm not really a big fan. I like sweet potato, a lot of people do. I wouldn't go out of my way for it, but I wouldn't turn it down. Yeah, that's my take as well, I guess. I don't know, I don't know. I'm not a fan of like the the taste of it. It's like sweet, but also not sweet. Also, welcome. Did I welcome Royal? This really sounds like Plastic Love. Yep. There's that one part of the song. Which one is this? This is BGM 5. Sweet potato good, sometimes fries not good. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Would you rather have a bad potato fry or bad sweet potato fry? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because, like, how bad is bad exactly? What does bad mean in this context? Like, is it soggy? Is it like the flavoring is bad? It doesn't have enough salt? I don't know. Bad sweet potato fry. I'd rather have a baked sweet potato than a baked potato. I think for me, it would be the opposite. The floor for sweet potato fry is probably higher. I don't know. Soggy, isn't that the VTuber? Soggy _ channel. Perhaps. Perhaps you are correct. Alright, is this solvable? It is. It is in fact solvable. I agree, baked potato is mid. However, twice baked potato, now we're talking. I don't know if I've even had twice baked potato. You're telling me that K-pop group has their own brand of baked potato? It's crazy. Fish. It's specifically an angelfish. Is there like another fish that looks like this? I'm just gonna call it fish. Why not? Alright, so fish is done. We have a fish in the game. A lawnmower. I was gonna add a lawnmower as well. So I think that makes sense. What's the best, like, autumn specific food? A lot of people, they're fans of, what's that flavor that's in coffee nowadays? Something, yeah, pumpkin spice, that's what it is. Pumpkin spice latte. I've never had it. I don't know if I'll ever have it. That is a thing that does exist. You're missing out? I don't even know, like, last time I had a latte. If coffee, why want taste pumpkin? Because it's seasonal. Of course. Pumpkin spice is the spice that is in pumpkin pie. I mean, pumpkin pie is pretty good. There's no pumpkin in pumpkin spice? What the heck? How are they allowed to do it? Cinnamon. Horrible taste. Is it though? Is it truly? Seasonal, more like season L. Am I right, guys? So true. He's so true for this. Actually, so true. You gotta have at least once pumpkin flavored everything. What's the best pumpkin flavored thing though? Chai tea. Chai tea. This guy said tea followed by another word that means tea. Why not just chai? I thought it was just chai. The meme from Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse. Chai flavor. Season W. Pumpkin spice Cheerios? I did not know that was a thing. Does anyone eat plain Cheerios? What's the deal with plain Cheerios? Oh, I could also add luggage. Wait, suitcase? Oh, suitcase. That's a thing from Peak as well. I was like thinking of stuff to add from Peak. I totally didn't even remember suitcases. Okay, but this specifically is a lawnmower. So it's like a different thing. Honey Nut is the only tolerable Cheerio. Yeah, does anyone even eat the plain one? The plain Cheerios, what's even the point? I think plain Cheerios are good. I don't think they're like necessarily bad, but like they're just not as good. They've got no flavor. Exactly. There's a cider company that makes really good seasonal spice cider this time of year. Cider. What about the front? What about the back? Welcome, Ice Lasers. Babies eat plain Cheerios. Do people eat Cheerios with banana? Is that a thing? Grape nuts. That's a cereal? What? Why do they put all the good season stuff in the last 3 months of the year? You have to deal with 9 months of mediocre holidays before the good stuff. I don't know. There's something about thing. Something about the thing, you know? It's life. Sometimes in life you can't have the good things all the time. Sometimes you need bad thing so that good thing is more respected. Maybe. Probably eat the plain cornflakes before the plain Cheerios. I actually like plain cornflakes. I'm a fan of cornflakes. I feel like Frosted Flakes are too sweet. And plain cornflakes are actually good. They got a good crunch to them. And I appreciate them. They're too frosted. Thinly sliced banana is good with Cheerios and cornflakes. I've never had banana with cereal. I want to know what it's like to live in the southern hemisphere sometime. What is it like when it's Christmas but 85 degrees outside? Welcome Nanolather. Sorry, so not welcome. Thank you, Nanolather, for gifting a sub to Royal. Frosted Flakes are way too sweet, yeah. How does anyone even eat Frosted Flakes? The stuff that we were eating back in the day as kids was too much. This is lawnmower. What does a lawnmower look like? Like, if you saw this, would you say this could be considered a lawnmower? Or would you be like, what? I don't even know what this is. This is like lawnmower-ish, right? What if I lowered this? A baby stroller? No. A purse? What? No. I would probably say lawnmower. Yeah, because like, okay, this one's lower down, so surely this one. And then if I add like a handle up here. If mow lawn, why grow grass should concrete? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even understand. I just don't get it. Plain lawns ruin the ecosystem anyway. May as well turn it to concrete. What's the deal with lawnmowers? Should be lawn lessers, because there's not more of it, there's less of it. Guys, alright. Oh, so true, so true. There's not even more lawn, there's less lawn. Okay. Is this enough like a lawnmower? I tell myself if I had a lawn, I would turn it into a raised gardens. Isn't like clover lawns a new thing now? You grow clovers instead of grass. Apparently it's like more controllable. I don't actually know. Clover lawns. Perhaps. Why lawns? Why not shorts? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? When I had a backyard lawn, it was half clovers. It attracted tons of bees. Do clovers have pollen? Are bees attracted to clovers? I had no idea. Those wheels look like office chair casters. I don't know how to make it look more like a one. What if this wheel was bigger? If the back wheel was larger. Oh, I hate this song. This song. Let's go back to Picross S3. The typewriter. Maybe a key part of the lawnmower is the handle that goes to the middle of it, not the very back. Like this thing, the thing in the middle, like this. This line. Is this the thing? It goes to the middle of the thing on the ground. To the middle of the thing on the ground. Oh, like this thing should not be like at the end, it should be like over here. Or what? Possibly. It is time for me to hydrate though. I'm going to drink some water right now. Wait, I pressed the run ad button on my stream deck. Oh no, it's going. Okay. I thought it wasn't working. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate. Alright, I've done it. So you're saying that this thing should be in the middle rather than at the end. And perhaps you are right. Perhaps this is correct. Maybe this is something. What the frick? Anonymous gifter, thank you for the various gifted subs. How many was that? 5? Thank you for the 5 subs. That's several. That's many subs right there. Hype train level 3. Oh, it's crazy. Does this look more like a lawnmower? I think maybe it needs like a thing in the back as well. The thing that collects the lawn clippings. Or whatever it's called. Yeah, there we go. I think you need this thing. Non-gifter going crazy during Black Week. I don't think anyone calls it that. I don't think that's the term. Black Friday week, perhaps. What if it was like this? What if this was here? Black Friday, Cyber Monday, yeah, BFCM. That's what you call it in the industry, BFCM. I think this looks enough like a lawnmower, right? Question is it solvable? we have to know whether this is even solvable. No. Alright, what do we change? It's mostly the handle. So if you just make the handle like... No, that doesn't work. What if it was like this? If we added 1 pixel here, if we just made this like this. Could always add a light green lawn in the background. No, but that would be... that'd be hard to do. Maybe if, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we have lawn like this. Lawn in order, that was the name of my company in Lawn Mowing Sim. Lawn Order, not Lawn and Order, just Lawn Order. Okay, so a thicker handle. If it was just like this, and then I need like something up here. Okay, so that fixes it. There. This should be solvable. Yep, that is solvable. Okay, and then if we add grass in the bag. Look at that. It kind of looks like fire though. Part of it just doesn't look like grass to me. How do you make it look more like grass? Is this grass-like enough? Is this too tall? Really causes you to ponder. Thank you, Wall Starer, for the 100 bits. More like a horizon line. But how would that even... how would that even work? Like if it was like this? I don't even know. This? Or what if, okay, what if it was like the classic grass that you all understand? When it's like this, you can tell it's grass. That's definitely grass, but it's like, it's very tall, it's very large grass. I already have all the level 2 emotes. I can't believe this. I hope whatever emotes you got were good, because I didn't get any. What is that one? I'm spiraling. Is anyone here spiraling? Spiral the dragon. I think maybe it's fine without it, unless. I can add this. Just make it like this, and then this. There. Then people can tell it's supposed to be a lawn. The new emotes from this artist are pretty good. Yeah, I think those are the best ones in recent memory. Like besides Gritty Goose, I think. If I didn't have other clapping emotes to use, I think I'd be using that one. But I do have many clap emotes. Alright, I think this one's fine. Let me do this. There. That seems like a reasonable grass thing. A reasonable amount of grass to be placed. There. Oh, this was the song that I commissioned something similar to. You know, like when you commission music, you're like, I want something along the lines of this song. I think something like this could work for my game. Let's restart this from the beginning. Wow. Alright, new tag, lawn mower. So what have we added to? We've added fish, lawn, mower. Wow. Wow, guys, that's crazy. Okay, this is totally solvable. Just make sure that I'm not blocking anything. Because, like, what if I actually make a mistake? What if I, like, you know, accidentally put a puzzle that's not solvable because I thought it was solvable, and then at some point I made an update to it and it's no longer solvable. I've been 75% keyboard pilled, can no longer use full-size keyboards. I use a 10 keyless keyboard. Welcome, good enough. Alright, lawnmower is done. Let's add a suitcase. A suitcase would be good. It fits various themes, such as peak, such as the travel that I have not done since I started streaming. I have to have my 10 key. Hope that doesn't make me a pleb. That's fine. I just have not had a need to use the numpads. What if you travel next year? I don't even know. What even is there? Why would I even travel? For fun. Surely for fun, right? Obviously. For fun. Of course. Alright, so a suitcase. A suitcase, it's gonna be like this. And then this is a good song, right? If I had a song like this for my game, I think it'd be really nice. Okay, suitcase. So this is the case of the suit right here. This is where you put your suit. Right there. And then you need the part that goes like this. Where's my soup or suit? Would you, if you were given the choice of a soup or suit, would you take the suit or the soup? Because usually the suit is more expensive. So you might go with the suit instead of the soup. But it's really up to you. What if the suit is the wrong size? I mean, you could sell it. You could probably purchase many soups with it. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I feel like this part seems a bit too large. Okay, what if it was like 1 pixel? What if it was like this? Although it doesn't really look like a suitcase, does it? What if it was a suitcase that contained ashes? That would be messed up. Actually fricked up. Why would they do that? Is this... I feel like this doesn't look right. There's something about this does not look like a suitcase. What is it? What is it about this? Maybe, okay, maybe it's like this thing. This thing is angled too much. But I feel like this is not angled enough. Or maybe it's fine. No, I think, okay, for a suitcase, maybe it needs to be not opened. You need to have, like... What if I just look up pixel art suitcase? These are more like, these are briefcases. Oh wait, something like this. Something like this could work. Or this. Maybe something more like that. For baby. Food. Suitcase. Soup case. Case of the soup. Can you imagine that suitcases used to be carried rather than rolled? I mean, some of them are still carried. And it's still the case today. Rolled suitcases make no sense if the roads aren't paved. They're still useful sometimes. I don't know. There, and then you fill this thing with this, and then check it out, guys. Then you have this, and then of course you gotta have this. See, that looks like a suitcase right there. That's totally a suitcase. This song is incredible. It is pretty nice. Picross S4 main title. A lot of good songs in the Picross series, honestly. They cooked. They literally were cooking when they made this. Ah, there we go. And then I think it needs like, what else does it need? Should I have it from like this angle instead of from a side angle? What if it also had wheels? That's a thing. I totally have wheels on this. So I join on together, but now Tarkov is on 1.0. I'm addicted. Currently rating. I think the wheels are a nice touch. Thank you. And they don't look enough like wheels, I think. What if they were rounder? That's also not really round. When was last time you visited a mall? I don't know. If I search on my photos, Google. This song's also kind of nice. Mall. It might even have been, hold on. It's not a mall. This is it's a supermarket. That's not a mall. But when I search mall, the last photos I have from Google Photos were when I was in Japan. But I feel like I've been to a mall at some point. That was not in Japan. I just don't remember where specifically and when. Arc Raiders is the better extractor. Hey, you can't be arguing about this stuff here. I actually don't even care. There's a large mall in New Jersey. There's like a lot of malls. There's many malls out there. So many. We just don't even know how many there are. Science has not proven how many malls there are. It's actually kind of absurd when you think about it. Okay, this is also totally solvable. Looks good. Let's put this one. New tag. Suitcase. Sorry, I even mentioned Tarkov. No, that's fine. I just think there's no need to say which one's the better one. You know, Arc Raiders, I just don't know. Many living malls, even more dying malls. When was the last time you've all been to a mall? And which mall specifically? Name the specific address of the mall that you were at. And the distance of that mall from your current location. Literally last Saturday. Amazing. Classic shopping experience. It was the 6-star mall. Interesting. Which is this many miles. 2-digit. Nano Lather, your message was deleted by Automon because it had an actual address in it. I live close to the Mall of America. I went on Saturday at this specific address. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna allow that through because, like, I don't know if maybe that's concerning. You asked for the address. It's fine. It's fine. I'm actually surprised that Automod catches that. It doesn't allow people to post addresses. Addresses are actually blocked. I mean, the one that he posted was blocked. You know. Held the message for reason smart detection. Maybe it's because, like, maybe people post, like, the address of the streamer, and then the streamer's, like, in a strange position where they're like, hey, what the... 6353 Juan Tabo Apt 6? That's not even... Everyone's just posting an address of some kind. Kind of surprised they are, given how many people do the Breaking Bad address meme. Is that a meme? I've not heard of this meme. What even is that meme? Bread road. You're telling me a bread this road? You're telling me a 1, 2, 3 bread this road? It's crazy. They state a lot of addresses in Breaking Bad. But how is that a meme though? They're important plot points, I see. Someone who has never watched Breaking Bad, I have no context. Devonshire Drive, Brooklyn, New York 11225. What is that place? I've never seen it either. Breaking Bad. What about Breaking Good? It's always Breaking Bad. What about Breaking Good? Address is 77 Lake Avenue, Rome. What if one of those was actually my address? Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, what if I actually lived at 9406 Devonshire Drive. It's where competitor scientist lives that threatens to push out Walter White from the crystal cooking business. I see. My ex really liked that show. He quoted it quite often, which I never understood, and he got mad that I didn't follow what he was talking about. You know, I thought I re-chat through OBS. I thought this thing was like 3 asterisks. It was lined up perfectly with your chat message. Right here. I was like, he didn't. And then I thought you like swore or something. He didn't freaking follow what he was talking about. But no, it's just the 3 dots from this. Amazing. This streamer. It's my streamer. Okay, what do I add now? You've added a suitcase. Okay, flower. Last time I considered adding a flower and I was not able to get flower that looked nice. Okay, what if it was like a... Oh, what if it was a rose? Roses have lots of spirals and those make for challenging picross puzzles. It's possible. I always feel like I'm so problematic here. No, that's totally fine. Pixel art rose. Oh, that's a nice looking rose. How to draw a rose pixel art. Well, they're literally making this so that you can copy it. So I don't feel bad about just basing my puzzle on this. Because that was the intent. They wanted people to draw based on this. So it's not really stealing. I'm just using the reference as provided. It is reference. See, I'm not copying it exactly. If I was copying it exactly without permission, that would be a bit problematic. But I'm just using it as reference. Specifically because they meant for it to be used in this way. So we have this general shape, and then we have various things extending from it. So it goes in, and then part of it also goes out like this. And then you have like another petal that goes like this. Alright, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. And then you have like another one that's like up here. Alright guys, anyone ever draw a rose before? Any fans of drawing? Be like, no, I hate drawing. You know who hates drawing? Artists. No one hates drawing more than artists, because they're the ones that draw. I've drawn Rose many times. When was the last time you even drew a Rose? What about a column? It's always about the row. This looks pretty good, actually. As far as roses go, I would say this one is quite nice. Although I think I am missing like this. I think One Piece FPS page had a tutorial on how to draw a bouquet of roses. No, but I only need one rose. Only one is required here. A bouquet, that's like so many. That's like several roses. Back at it again at the city pump. The good old city pump. Actually, this one might be too complicated. How many? You can only have a maximum of 6 segments per row and column. At least in this version of Picross. And this is getting pretty close. It is pretty up there. Alright, and then you have the stem. The stem right here. There. And then you know what? It could even be this color. That's right. A different color for the stem. And then the inside, you know, we don't have red, so it's going to be this green color. And then we can use this this internal green for some of the interior portions, just to make it look a bit nicer. Wow. Isn't this nice? What a nice looking rose. Amazing. And then this, and also this. You could also use this for shading. Check that out. Shading right there. Everyone knows shading. That's literally how you add light sources to things. Okay, is this solvable? Whoa, look at that. That looks kind of nice. I think maybe I should make this one like this. No, it should really be darker. Alright, is this solvable? Yes, surprisingly yes, it is actually solvable. But does it have enough fewer segments? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, new tag, Rose. It's right there, Rose is there. Rose and Thorn and Guildenstern. Okay, that was fast. Rose and Thorn. Okay, next thing. What's another thing I can add? Other things relevant to this stream. A burger. I already have a burger. That was one of the 10x10 ones. I don't know why. I feel like the way I said that sounds so annoyed. I was like, I already have a burger. How dare you suggest? That was not intentional. I was simply stating. Where's the burger? There's too many tags here. Any other plants? We have Clover. Clover's here. Did you do a calendar for World X Day? Oh, true, a calendar. That is true. I could do that. A gun? No, I don't play too many games that have guns in them. I mean, this is a plant. It's got like grass down here. tea. Tea kind of has some plants in it. Gritty goose, that's not a plant. A cactus, that's a plant. Alright, let's try a calendar. Oh, it could even be, like, I was thinking it'd be like kind of hard to have a calendar that's like, you know, like a monthly calendar. But you could have one that's just like the current day, right? The day calendars, it's just like, here's the 26th or something. Exactly. And then it could be like, got the month, you know, like, Jan or something. Jan 1. Wait. What's the month that would take the fewest amount of pixels to represent? March. No, it's going to be like the 3-letter abbreviation. May. No, because we gotta consider like the height and width of the letters as well. Wait, this one, to make an A, you would need it to be like at least 4 tall, which is kind of hard. We could also just like omit the month. It could just be like blob or something. Wait. This kind of looks like Feb, right? Feb. Pob? December? Maybe December. Does it look like Feb? It kind of does. Maybe it's Feb. Also looks like a pub though. What if I made it 1 taller? This. Wait, that looks like Feb, right? What if Chinese kanji months? That's also complicated though. Hold on. Feb, March, Jan. Welcome FizzBuzz. March. July. This is July. July. I think July is the easiest. Yeah, okay. July. That's pretty easy, right? Oct or November? Oh, Oct is... Wait, Oct is also pretty good. Actually, yeah, I think Oct is a good one. Let's do October. What does November look like? No, because like with November, you kind of need like 4. Let's do October. What's some good days in October? Let me check. October 31st. That is true. That is in fact a very notable day. But that'd be too obvious though. Why don't they let you just look up a month? Is there not like just look at the month? Okay, you know what? Just October. Let's do October. 31st. Oh shoot, you could even fit it like this. No, whatever. This is fine. Alright, Oct 31st. And then you have get this. Yes. Of course. It's gotta be like that, right? It has to be like that. And then you have the calendar thing. The calendar thing. It's right here. And then you have the thing above. That's the thing where you tear off the paper from here. Like this. And then you have the rest of it, which is the other page. Whoa, that looks exactly like a calendar. Wow. Amazing. Okay, but what if it was like this? What if it was like this? What's the max numbers in a row? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's exactly enough. And then what if we add like the dots here? Whoa. That makes it even more interesting as a puzzle. And what if we added some rounding there? Like this. Ah, maybe that's too much. Yes. We could add this to the corner. That looks good. There, okay, new tag. I accidentally did something. What did I do? New tag, calendar. And we gotta see if it's solvable, of course. Yes, it appears to be quite solvable. And then we run it to make sure it compiles. No. It has 7 clues on frame 98, column 3. Column 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this one. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, shoot. So we can't do that. There's too many things on the. We may not be able to do October 31st. What about October 22nd? 21st? Eliminate the center row of the 3. But this part would also have the same issue though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. American Frog Day, Armed Forces Day in Honduras. Back to the Future Day, Celebration of the Mind Day, Count Your Buttons Day. What the? Is that what October 22nd is? How do I make that? Oh no, it was only an issue here because we had this separated. So then this one we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You're so right. That should work. It does work. Amazing. Good one. There it is. October 31st calendar. I should probably remove this pixel just to make it a bit more interesting as a puzzle. But is this still solvable? It is. Welcome, Orfish. Thanks. You're welcome. Alright, puzzle calendars here. Nice. Okay, next thing that I add. Now what? I was supposed to thank you yesterday. Oh, Thanksgiving. It's giving thanks. You know, that's the thing that people say. It's giving, right? People just say it's giving and then a noun. People used to say it's giving noun vibes, but now they just remove the word vibes. They just say it's giving. It's giving thanks. It's giving Tom Hanks, guys. Alright, next puzzle is going to be what about the Pico 8 logo, which is hard to represent given the limited number of colors we have, but could be possible. Although probably not that interesting of a puzzle, actually, now that I think about it. No, let's not do that. Wolfie J Llama? No. What about Jelpy? Am I allowed to put Jelpy in my game? Maybe not. Maybe I won't do it. Oh, what about a controller? Oh, that's a thing. Controller. Of course. The thing that we used to play video games. A controller. Alright, so a controller. It's gotta be the specific controller that I use, okay? It's gotta be the 8-bit do SN30 Pro Plus. Wait, is this the one that I have? Yeah, no, I have this one, but it's in black. This one. I have this one. The same controller that piloted a submarine? No, that's the Mad Cats or whatever. Those cats are so mad. Oh, sorry, Logitech, right. Is this a Christmas? Wait, is this what the song is from? No, I had this question. Like, why is this familiar to me? Is this a Christmas song? Do you know, like, what this song is? Because I've been wondering this whole time. I'm like, it sounds so familiar to me. You may be right. But which Christmas song is it? It does have the Wonderland of Snow. I just don't know. Sounds like an Earthbound song. See, that's what I thought as well. I also said it sounded like an Earthbound song, but no one was really able to like name the specific song. And I just don't know. I just don't know what it is. Okay, so this one, it's got like the... Where did I get the song from? It's from the Picross S6 soundtrack. Use the Picross S6. Maybe adding the joypads was too much. Maybe this is fine. It doesn't need to be the exact controller that I have. Just something that's like close enough. 4-side music is the closest. I don't know. Maybe it is. Okay, and then to make it a bit more interesting, you add the shading. Beethoven Piano Sonata. It's spelled Beethoven. 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 Piano Sonata. Beethoven, bro. Oh, there's so many of them though. He's got so many. It could be any of them. Pathetique Sonata. Wow, that sonata is so pathetic. Piano Sonata number 8. Am I allowed to listen to this? This was... I know it's like royalty free because like it's not in copyright anymore, but like this specific recording might be blocked in Germany. Okay, maybe I don't want to listen to this. Yeah, recordings are copyrighted. What about a MIDI version? Yeah. Bit MIDI. Oh, wait. Right, that's what it is. That's where I know this from. I was like, last stream I was like, this sounds like one of those like Japanese graduation songs, but it was not. Turned out it's this. I want to write this down, because it's good to know. Beethoven Piano Sonata Pathetique. Picross S. Which one was this? Picross S6. Picross S6 song is from Beethoven. Welcome, Markler. Compositions are royalty free, but the recordings aren't. Exactly. Well, anyway, now we know. Now we know. Why would he be joking? It's literally this. As we go on, we remember. That's just the canon in D. Would you be allowed to make a GB version to use this in the game you're making? Yes, but I don't really want to, though. Didn't the, what's that Taiyaki Fabulous Museum of Fish game have something like this? I would record some public domain music for you if you asked me to, though. No, because like this needs to be playable on the Game Boy, so you need to like learn how to use Huge Tracker. Oh no, this game also had it. This one. Yeah, they had this as well. Of course, of course. This is another Picross game for the Game Boy. And all of their music was like chiptune arranges of classical songs. It seems kind of laggy though. It's like glitching out. It's like it's popping. Well, anyway. There's that. Oh no, skip this one. This is the worst arrange of this song. It sounds so bad. Picross S6. This one? Oh wait, they literally say what it is on the bottom. Wait. It does say Piano Sonata in C major, Op 13, Grande Sonate Pathétique. Well, I probably should have checked there first. But now we know. Now we know. Wow. Ooh, we got like a jungle kind of sound to it. Dabble in some low bit music, but I'm not great with it. No, that's fine. I'm commissioning some music for this game. I sure hope it will sound good. There, okay, what if the buttons were like this? And then what? Is this solvable? Oh, this sounds nice. Flute? Is that a flute? What instrument is that? A clarinet? No, that's not what a clarinet sounds like. Alright, so this one is not solvable. What if we added... What if this was thicker? What if we had, what if we had this? Closest would be a flute. Yeah, but now it's a harp though, right? Now it's a harp. Now it's a flute. Wow, they got various instruments. Me when they play various instruments? No way! That's various instruments. I know instruments. That is in fact one. Or many. It's actually many. What am I saying? Why did I say that? I'm just saying. Sometimes I'm just saying things, you know? Out here, streaming. Just saying words. Oh wait, this is surprisingly solvable. Oh, I think the issue was the start buttons. Like hold on. If I had this is not solvable. What if it's an oboe? What if it was? What if it was actually a music box? You know what's a good instrument? The kalimba. It always sounds so nice, the kalimba. Kalimba. The classic line from Big Bang Theory. Kalimba. I was always saying that. Everyone loves when he says kalimba. If you could play any instrument to impress your friends, what instrument would you play? Specifically to impress my friends? I think the theremin would be impressive if you could get it to actually like sound like music. Right, don't you think? Whoa, what is this? Oh shoot. Holy. Wait, this sounds like something from Tetris Effect. This sounds like the snow level from Tetris Effect. Detective Kalimba. Kalimba, isn't that what the guy says in Hollow Knight? Kalimba? Who says Kalimba? Probably someone. That guy. The Hollow Knight? Bafanada? Bofa. I remember being like 12 and playing a piano arrangement of One Winged Angel to impress my friends, even though I never played the game. I mean, there's like a lot of stuff like that, right? I'm sure a lot of people like, I don't know, played Zelda songs despite never playing the game. Anyway, I'm gonna hydrate. It is in fact 7 p.m. Alright, done hydrated. Pashanka, Kalimba, Shah, isn't that Silk Song? That's John Silk Song. Porpu says, I want to play a Boujang. This thing. Why does this? She looks so green in this photo. Holy frick. She's so green. The only thing I've seen of this instrument is the YouTube recommendation where someone plays like Michael Jackson songs with it. The white balance all. Did you see that one tweet where there was like a Japanese artist who found out he was colorblind because he posted art of his character, but it was like green, and everyone's like, "Why is she green?" And he's like, "This looks normal to me." And they found out he was colorblind. That was a thing. That happened. So that just happened. I saw that. I also saw it. It's very much trending. Okay, so adding these things fixes this part, but then the bottom part is still broken. Now, what do I do to fix it? It's a funny way to learn, but glad it sprouted actual productive discussion. And now he knows. Now he's like, oh, that's why it always looked like this to me. That's why the colored wheel had two portions that looked exactly the same. How do I make this interesting? What if we didn't have these? See, like, if I didn't have these buttons, it would make it solvable. But, like, it's less interesting without them. I feel like I need these. What if it was one connected button? But even that still has issues. Put them higher up. Oh wait, that works. Like if I did this. I think that works. It does look a little bit strange though. What if it was like this? It doesn't work. Yeah, it's probably fine. That's probably fine. Okay, we can do that. Alright, so this one, we just have the button. Oh, or what if it was big like this? No, that's... Does that even make sense? No, that doesn't even work. So it could be like this. And then we have the triggers over there. Do we need this? Yes, we do need this. But now this is like not centered though. It's kind of weird. Oh, or what if to make it a more interesting puzzle, it doesn't go straight up. What if it goes like around? Right, I feel like this would be hard to solve. This might make it even not solvable. But we could add on to it. Okay, so we need like at least this. And that. Nope. Okay, so we need one. We need one here. One here, one there. And here. It's like the decorative stem of a decorative pumpkin. But what if it wasn't though? What if it was actually totally different somehow? What then? There, okay, this one, surely this one is solvable. Okay, that's good. Okay, what if I made these black and then these ones could be dark green so that they're separated? Yes. Okay. New tag, controller. Okay, next one. This is going to be puzzle number 100. Only 50 more to go after this one. What if I just look through my photos on Google Photos and see what's there? Oh, what about a taco? Hold on. Taco? That'd be nice. That is something that I could add. So Wolfie's notogram, notes, add taco. If taco prefer chicken or beef, chicken. I don't really eat beef. What about boba? No, that's not really a thing that I eat though, or drink. I don't even enjoy boba. I usually, when I order like milk tea, it's just like plain milk tea without the pearls. Chicken boba. Doesn't make sense. That doesn't even make sense. That's illogical. Okay, so it's like you got the tortilla wrapped around like this. Chicken taco. Bam. And then you put the ingredients. Gotta have ingredients. Okay, so this could be the bottom, and then you gotta have stuff in it. So how do you indicate things? What about just various shapes? Various shapes within. A gyro. What about a burrito? I feel like a burrito is kind of hard to depict in pixel art, maybe. Or maybe it's fine. I don't know. There. Or what if, okay, it was like this. If it's like this, and then up here you have other ingredients, and then this one it's like this. Looks like one of them flat bottom tacos. Yes, it is supposed to be that. But now that I think about it, that's not really like the default kind of taco. Pizza roll. It kind of also looks like a hot dog. It's like, this is like the mustard. You know, what if it was like this, and then we had just a mysterious dark color. Okay, it's gonna be like this, and then what? And then you have like random dots in it, because that indicates something. And then you have like this. You have this for some reason. No, maybe, okay, maybe we don't have these. And then what if this one was like this? Okay, this doesn't look like a taco. There's something about this looks wrong. It just doesn't look like a taco. It looks like a hot dog. I don't know. Can I look up pixel art taco? Chalupa. Okay, like, doesn't mine kind of look like this? Maybe it's the colors. I don't have the colors. Oh wait, okay, hold on. If it's like this, and then the ingredients were popping out from the top, it's literally the same taco. They copied me. I can't believe they would copy me like this. Now this looks AI generated. The pixels are not. They're just not right. Why do they have shading? Why is there shading on this pixel art that's like this? Okay, maybe I have a taco that's like this. It also kind of looks like a Stegosaurus. Like, why does this look like a taco but mine doesn't? Is it just the color? Surely it's not just the color, right? What's wrong with mine? Like, this one's not up here. Is this it? What if I had a puzzle that was Stegosaurus taco? Next puzzle was the same thing. No, that would be reusing assets. I can't do that unless it's a mimic. The ground meat layer at the bottom needs some speckles. Like that. And then the up here we have this. And then I think, what if we had, what if it just didn't have this black line here? What if we had more dots? More dots. DKP minus. More dots, please. Okay, and then you have the various dots in here. Of course. That looks somewhat like a taco, right? That's fairly, could be interpreted as a taco. Perhaps. I think some of the ingredients should be popping out of the taco. Maybe. Escaping the taco. There. Okay. What if it was like this? No. Is that too much? That might be a bit too much. Maybe this is fine. Maybe like this. But then we have several empty rows on the bottom. The taco shell should be light green. It's like on the bottom, they have like this shading. And then if I had like, I mean, we could have this be like that. Is this even solvable? Okay, it would be if I didn't have these. Okay, maybe I just have these 3 dots. Maybe like one up here. No. No. Oh, but that doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. Awkward. Whatever. Okay, 3 dots is fine. 3 dots. It's good enough. Alright, the first dot is right here. This dot is right there. The other dot is right here. No, but it looks weird though, without anything up here. Oh, but what if I had different colored dots? What if this one is actually like this? Because like this stuff isn't part of the puzzle. Now we're thinking. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's try this one. That is in fact something. Alright, the 100th puzzle, taco. That's it right there, that's a taco. Would you buy a 12 pack of this taco and consume them all in one sitting? I would not. I feel like I usually don't get tacos because I always feel like they're too small and you need at least 3 of them. And like one taco is like what, like $4? $5 even? I don't even know. It's too expensive. Or like even 3 of them, like maybe even 4 of them are needed. I feel like burritos are better value. Exactly. It's bad value. Alright, what's the next puzzle? What is the next one going to be? Other food items. Anything in my Google Photos? What about a plane? Haven't added a plane, have I? Surströmming, that's too specific. A boat, I have a boat. In the game, not in real life. I have a Mexican shop near me that sells 120 tacos. They're pretty big. That's the dream. What about crab? There's already a crab in the game. Alright, I'm gonna add a plane. Because, like, you know, Peak has a plane, right? Bing Bong Airlines. That's relevant to Peak. And it could also be in the sky. We could add an airplane and some clouds. Plain pixel art. Welcome, Classic Carabelle. What about a bicycle? But how is that relevant to me? To me specifically. I don't even know bicycles. Peak gaming. Ice cream. Oh yeah, ice cream truck. That's a good one. That's relevant. That's actually so relevant. Okay, so a plane. A plane specifically. It's like this. It's got the wing. It's got the back part. Actually, Wolfie, you don't drive, right? A bicycle would be relevant. Yeah, but I don't use a bike either. What about a squirrel? Pocket watch? I have a pocket watch in the game. Squirrel. Have I done something related to squirrels? Guy doing a kickflip? Have I done a kickflip though? Is that a thing? Do you have a rat? I don't have a rat, but I do have rat-themed emotes. I have a rat-themed emote. So that's relevant. I have seen rats on the subway. That's a thing. Oh, look at this plane, guys. Welcome, Sunny Makes Games. Grimbeard would applaud. Who's that? It's Grimbeard. It's been a while since I posted a rat. Yeah, I haven't been able to take photos of them. I have seen a rat in the subway, like, I think in the past month, maybe? But it would move away too quickly for me to photograph it. Grimbeard is a YouTuber who talks about rat lore. What? I don't know who that is. But if they talk about rats, surely they know some things. And that's good. Knowing things is good. But not always. Sometimes it's bad. But sometimes it's good. Anyway, welcome. Okay, we got a plane, and then of course you gotta have the front part of the plane, and then various windows. Now you might be like, but Wolfie, Windows, that's bad, they should have Linux. You're right. Why do planes have windows? I can't believe... Don't they know that Windows is just pushing AI stuff all the time now? It's actually messed up. They should remove windows. They're not windows, they're portholes. I don't really know what the difference is. Whoa, this song, what is this? Damn. They went crazy on this one. Okay, the perspective on these windows looks wrong. Funny joke, like Windows the OS. Yeah. Exactly. Imagine if planes didn't have windows, that'd be kind of scary. That would be. You wouldn't know where you were. You'd be like, where am I? I just don't know. Planes are already scary. So true. Welcome, Craig. I'm gonna pronounce it like Craig now that I know that's how you pronounce it in the UK. Picross is like Windows? No. How do I fix the perspective on these windows? Like, something about it just looks wrong. Like, if I had it aligned like this, that also looks wrong. If I have it like this, that also looks wrong. What if I just don't have windows on the side? Doesn't bother me how you say it, Craig. If I just said Craig instead of Craig. The plane body itself is curved. Greg. Yeah, what if instead of saying Greg, we said Greg? Craig. No, that's how they pronounce it in the UK. They say Craig. It looked good when you made the tail skinnier. Like this. Tortoise. You know they say tortoise instead of tortoise? The tortoise in the hair. Okay, what if it was like this? What if... what if... I think I'm just making it worse. Wait, no? No, maybe... Maybe it's actually good. Maybe this is the way to do it. Oh, but they also have like this thing on the tail. No, I don't know. How do you make it look good? Pixel art plane. I think it's more interesting when it's like in this angle, because like I could do it from top down or from this side. Like this is a bit more interesting puzzle-wise. What if it was like... What if instead of windows it had tasteful pin striping? Like if you just like drew a thing like this. I think once I straightened out the plane, this looks a bit better. I think this one looks great. Okay, we could go with this one. What if you drew an SR-71 Blackbird? I don't know planes. What is that one? Oh, this is like a a bomber plane, Lockheed Martin. reconnaissance aircraft? No, I don't think I will. This is just a plane of some sort. Is this an Embraer? I don't know. I don't really know planes. This is just some generic plane. Some passenger airline of some kind. Maybe. There's a Mew under the plane? No, that's the truck. The Mew is under the truck. What if it was like this? And then this was also up. And this was also up. And this was also up. That looks bad. Although this might be hard to solve, because we do have a lot of like one pixel things isolated. We would need to make it like this. An Airbus Beluga? Maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Is that a passenger plane? It is used to transport aircraft parts and outsized cargoes. Oh, I've seen this. Cargoes? No, that's a plane. That's actually a plane. It's not a car at all. There, what about this? What if it was this? And then we can use this color for the decoration. There. Look at that. And we could also do this. Whoa, that looks pretty nice. AC-130s. I saw one of these flying around, or maybe the Boeing version a few years back. What a wild object to see. One of these planes? This specific plane? No way. It's a plane. Oh, what if the wait. That looks awesome. Wait, does this look good? This might look good, right? Maybe. Does it look better like this or like this? I think both are fine. Bottom shading, okay. Wait. This. No, this one's tilted the wrong way. Maybe this. Wait, don't they have like a thing on this side? One of these things coming out of the tail. Could put dark green shading on the bottom too. It's true. It is true. Wow. That was pretty good. It's not about verisimilitude, it's about essence. Essence_channel? The sheep VTuber? Wait, okay, what if it was like... To fix the low slupper, the plane's looking nice, thank you. Oh, look at that. What about this? What if it was like this? No, I don't think so. Essence, what about Tians through Zians? Essence, what about others? Okay, let's see if this is solvable. Nope. No. Okay, what if we added more things on there? Okay, that's very much not solvable. There's many issues with this. There's actually so many issues with this as a puzzle. Okay, what if the sky, what if it was night? What if it was like nighttime? Well, yeah, guys, what if it was nighttime? Bam. That's solvable. Although I feel like this is a bit less interesting. You can make stars. That is true, you could put stars on it. Bam. What if you wrote a program that detected the lowest amount of pixels you need to add to make it solvable? No, that feels like that'd be... It would take more time than just like trying a bunch of stuff out. You can also have wind patterns. True. True. Oh! You're so right. You could do that. It looks better at night. How about this? It does look like a spaceship. It has the Japanese shrine tassels, and it's true, it does look like this. Whatever, it's a plane now. Plane. Alright, is this solvable? Surely it is. It is. Alright, let's try it. What, did that say overflow detected? Overflow and implicit constant conversion. Puzzle.c. Pointer loss const qualifier. Overflow. Do I have too many things in here? Hold on. Build puzzle. Line 733. What? Puzzle not C, line 733. Overflow and implicit constant conversion. Oh no, it's in scenes puzzle.c. Sorry, that's a different thing. Wait. Puzzle.c. Line 733. Oh, whatever, that's fine. That's unrelated. I can fix that later. This is me setting the sprite. Something about this is wrong. But it works, it's fine. It's just a warning. Anyway, okay, the plane. Guys, let's check out the plane. Let's check out the other puzzles. You got the controller, of course. There it is. We got the taco. Of course, there it is. We have a calendar within a spiral-bound calendar-like shape. No, this is not a calendar. This is a sketchbook. How come the plane is nosediving? No, it's just perspective. Okay, it's just perspective. Does it look like it's falling? Should I remove the lines from the wing? No, it's just perspective, surely. That's just how it goes. Could be a descent. Whatever, it looks good. That's a plane. It looks like a steep angle. No, it's the perspective. Like this one. Like this. Oh wait, what if we had clouds? I did say I would add clouds. Instead of it being stars, it could be clouds. What if we had clouds? Contrails, but isn't that what this is? Contrails, chemtrails. Do you think that maybe instead of this, we had clouds here? Instead of these, we just have clouds. Maybe. Alright, is this solvable? The top one makes it look like a scope target. No it doesn't. Surely it doesn't. What if it was like that? What if we added shading to the clouds? Yeah, you just need some shading. It doesn't look like it's plummeting. It's the clouds give it the perspective. A new perspective on life. Okay, no, it does kind of look like a target. That was non-intentional. Okay, what if the cloud was large? What if it was just a really large cloud like this? There. Surely that's better. Alright. That's fine. Let's try that again in the game. Wow. There's a plane. That looks good. Welcome, last Tabaka. I feel like the plane, like this part still doesn't look like it's sticking out. Oh wait, is this? Wait, hold on, if I did this. Is that better? Because now it looks like it's pointing like too much toward the front now. I don't know. Whatever, it's probably fine. It's a bird, it's a plane. It is in fact a bird plane. What is a bird if not simply a plane of some kind? Okay. Something I can do in 10 minutes. Okay, we have notes. Taco is done. Ice cream truck. Okay, what if we added ice cream truck? What is a plane if not a mechanical bird? No one really knows. A bird slammed into your window this morning? Oh, those birds. They don't even know that windows are there. They just think it's nothing. How did you see it was a bird? Because it slammed into the window. Surely. Alright, ice cream truck. Ice cream truck. Pixel art specifically. Ah, of course, this is the classic. I've actually never seen an ice cream truck with like a huge ice cream thing on top. He was petting Pancake. No, he typed the word wrong. Yeah, usually it's just a truck. But I feel like, you know, if you're gonna make an ice cream truck in a picross puzzle, it's gotta be discernible. Instead of just being a regular truck, you know? The cat's name is Pancake. It's true. I've seen one, but the ice cream thing wasn't that big. One of these in New York City. What are they? Yeah, they look like this in New York, which I would imagine this is like the common shape for ice cream trucks across the country, even. But like without the picture of the ice cream, it's kind of hard to tell that it is an ice cream truck, right? This could just be like a mail delivery thing for, you know, in the post office. Yeah, the UPS or whatever. So for this game specifically, we should add the big ice cream thing on the top. Although, do we even have space for it? That's the thing. We don't even have the space for it. That's messed up. How do I make this? Okay, what if instead, what if the ice cream started from here? Oh, popsicle, true. True. Or what if we just had like the popsicle like on the side? Like, no. Okay, if you have like an illustration of the ice cream cone. Like, could you tell that this is an ice cream cone? Or if we just had... It's just like this. It looks like a tree, though. Oh! No, it looks like a tree. Like, this kind of looks like an ice cream cone, right? Or maybe, oh, maybe, what if it was like this and then we just have like, doesn't this kind of look like an ice cream cone? Oh wait, what if it was like one of these like, oh no, I don't know. Oh wait, an ice cream cone in perspective? That's something, right? Maybe. I don't know. But we do need windows. That's not ice cream, but I can't even talk. Ice cream bar? Yes, but like, ice cream trucks do serve those. And it's easier to represent in pixel art. But then they need the window. We need the place for the ice cream guy to give out the window. Sorry, they don't give out windows. They give out the ice cream from the big window. So like, is there even space for this? There's no space for this, man. Windows users. All right. And then what? And then they have the. And then what? And then what? It feels so empty without the thing on top of it, though. What if we made it like shorter like this? I like the more with the ice cream bar, but then like we can't really, like it needs, I feel like it needs this window to really be an ice cream truck. Like if we had this here. Then like we can't, I guess it could be like this. And then what? What's my favorite ice cream truck item? Just a vanilla cone is pretty nice. It's more about the feeling. You need the window. You need to have the window. That's the defining characteristic. Maybe. Then what do we put up at the top though? So we have the wheels. What if the ice cream cone was like this, just like tilted over? A speaker. Yes, they do have like this thing on the top. This looks like an ambulance though. Oh, and they have this thing for like ventilation, right? Maybe. Perhaps. Megaphone things. Okay, what if, it's like this. Is that a thing? Is this anything? I don't know. There's also those character popsicles and cracking your teeth on the frozen gumballs. Those were the days. The olden days. Okay, oh, what if it was like this? What if we had like this? If you could have color, you could make this Neapolitan ice cream. Unfortunately, not possible. Yes, of course, you have this thing. Then what? Maybe that's fine. This could be a food cart. No, it's got the ice cream. It literally has the ice cream bar on it. That could be a food truck. No, but the ice cream truck is relevant to my stream. It's gotta be an ice cream truck. Alright, is this all... You don't even see the ice cream here. But that's fine. It's a mystery. Everyone's like, what the frick is that? And then it's revealed, and it's like, oh, that's an ice cream bar. Well, unless... I mean, this also kind of looks like ice cream. Somewhat. No, what if it's just like this? I sell ice cream? No, there's an ice cream truck that you can hear outside my house sometimes. Alright, let's see if this is solvable. Surely this is. Yes, it is. It is extremely solvable. New tag. Ice cream truck. Okay, let's see if this is something. Wait, this song, wait, is this song even from Picross? What is this? Wario's Picross? What is this? I didn't want it to autoplay. Oh, frick. Oh, it's fine. This is also royalty free. It's fine. Room for music notes in front? Is there? Is there really? I guess I could do that. Or maybe... No. Oh, but like this is a music note. This is definitely a music note. It's also... It also looks like it's part of it. It's an eighth note. I mean, that an eighth note is a music note, after all. Lord J. Tetramino. I don't know if you can tell that that's a music note, though. I mean, what if I made the truck smaller, a little bit shorter? Oh no, but I can't make it shorter because then we need this thing. Ah, whatever, this is fine. Okay, let's see if we can see this in the game. Yep, there it is. They're like, what is that? What is that thing? It's an ice cream truck. Wow, look at that. It fits perfectly. It fits perfectly on the length. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. We've made several puzzles today. Git commit -am and puzzles. Okay. So that's gonna be it for today. Let's find out what day it is. Let's rate someone. I forgot that I had this open all together. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna close the lobby, return to menu. Quit. Twitch is about to run ads for some reason. And for some reason, I mean it runs ads every hour. Let's find out what day it is. Let's rate someone. French Toast Day. Flossing Day, Day of Listening, Systems Engineer Day. Let's do National French Toast Day. You could also do Maze Day if you want. National French Toast Day raid. There. Twitch is gonna run ads. Okay, who do I raid? Who's out there? A bunch of people streaming. I will send you over to a channel. And that channel is going to be one of these people. And that person is going to be guys, what about what's this person doing? That's React content. Okay, what about this person? I want to raid Stalker Awker. She's playing Dark Souls 2. Anyway, that's gonna be it. I will be back tomorrow. And we're gonna play some Peak. That's right, the video game known as Peak. Collaborative stream with various people. And yes. That's it. Be there or don't be there. But I'll be there probably most likely unless something goes wrong, but I don't imagine that's gonna happen. I really need to stop saying that. That's like, it's like cursing it, you know? I will be there. That's right, I will in fact be there, and many of you will also be there. Not all of you, but many of you. Several of you. On a good old Saturday stream. And I will not be playing the dolls unless maybe at the end of the stream if we have time. It really depends. I don't know. We'll find out. And now I sit here until the raid goes. Now I wait for several seconds. Yep. Okay. Raid is going. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.